Hello, everybody who's watching us. My name is Oscar Castellanos, CEO of Two Mundos Tax Service. Today, we are going to be talking about, do I qualify for unemployment? How to apply for benefits if you have lost work due to the coronavirus outbreak. But before we start, don't forget to like my Facebook page or subscribe to my YouTube channel, where every week we are going to be talking about taxes, real estate, and personal finance. In order to qualify for unemployment benefits, you must meet a few requirements. It is important to know that each state has its own eligibility requirements. To qualify, you must be laid off through no fault of your own. This will be true for most workers affected by coronavirus-related layoffs and reductions in work. If you are fired or you quit voluntarily, you may not be eligible for unemployment benefits. Typically, you must be available to work and actively seeking employment to qualify for unemployment insurance. Additionally, you must meet certain wage and work requirements to qualify, which can vary by state. Gig workers, freelancers, and self-employed workers who lost their income due to the coronavirus may now qualify for unemployment insurance, thanks to expanded benefits included in the $2 trillion coronavirus relief package. But that lifeline to date has already been a tangled mess. The majority of self-employed workers have been unable to file claims or get answers to their questions, due in large part to the massive effort required to stand up new unemployment programs mandated by law, signed in March. Those roadblocks are finally starting to lift. Most states are now taking claims from self-employed workers, but the application process varies from state to state. Who qualifies? Under the relief law, people who are self-employed, including independent contractors and gig workers, and not eligible for regular unemployment insurance, can still receive unemployment benefits if they are unable to work or are working reduced hours due to the coronavirus. Parents, guardians, and caregivers who must stop work to care for children whose schools and daycares have closed, or loved ones whose care facilities have shut down, are eligible for benefits under the relief package. Those who must leave work to care for a loved one who's sick with COVID-19 are eligible for benefits, as are those who cannot work because they are sick with the virus themselves. Anyone ordered to self-quarantine is eligible for benefits. According to CareerOneStop.org, you qualify if an employer temporarily ceases operation due to the COVID-19, preventing employees from coming to work. An individual is quarantined with the expectation of returning to work after the quarantine is over, and an individual leaves employment due to a risk of exposure or infection, or to care for a family member. So if you have been laid off from your restaurant or bartending job, or have stopped working to mitigate risk or care for another, you may qualify for unemployment also. If the breadwinner in your household died from COVID-19, you are also eligible for unemployment benefits. Those benefits include pandemic unemployment assistance. You can receive up to 39 weeks of weekly PUA, or pandemic unemployment assistance benefits. The exact amount you receive is decided by your state, which has some discretion in determining eligibility and calculating benefit payouts. Some states, including California, are rolling pandemic unemployment assistance out in phases, paying the minimum benefit amount initially, and later increasing payments for those who qualify. In an effort to get money to people faster, these programs also covers people who lack sufficient wages or work history to qualify for regular unemployment benefits. Federal pandemic unemployment compensation, an additional $600 per week to supplement state or pandemic unemployment assistance, payable until July 31st at the latest. You have to apply for unemployment through your state to get the $600 per week pandemic unemployment assistance, and federal pandemic unemployment compensation will be paid retroactively to as early as January 27th for the PUA or the pandemic unemployment assistance, and March 29th for the federal pandemic unemployment compensation. The coronavirus relief package also includes pandemic emergency unemployment compensation, which provides an additional 13 weeks of benefits for people who have already maxed out their unemployment insurance. What you need to do to apply for unemployment benefits. Each state has its own unemployment program. Given the onset of COVID-19, the federal government has expanded unemployment insurance to cover more people through the Families First Coronavirus Response Act and its broad relief package. In most states, you need to apply for and be denied regular unemployment benefits before you will be considered for pandemic unemployment assistance. If that's the case in your state, you may be able to apply for regular unemployment now and get the ball rolling, even if your state isn't processing PUA claims at this time. Once you have been denied regular unemployment benefits, your state agency will either automatically review your claim for pandemic unemployment assistance or prompt you to submit an additional application for those benefits. In Missouri, for example, you have to proactively apply for a PUA after being denied regular unemployment insurance. A handful of states don't require self-employed individuals to go through the regular unemployment claim process first. Instead, they have developed a separate application process for gig workers, independent contractors, and those who are self-employed. Check your state unemployment agency website for specific guidelines on when and how to apply. Due to the overwhelming number of people claiming unemployment benefits in recent weeks, many states are asking people to apply only on certain days based on their last name or area code to prevent websites from crashing. So here is what you need to do. Step 1, gather all information and documentation. If you have lost your job, you want to apply for unemployment insurance right away. To streamline the process, gather your information and documentation ahead of time. You will need to provide information such as full name, date of birth, address, social security number, employment history for 18 months, names and addresses for employers for the past 18 months, previous income, the reason why your job ended, and bank account info to receive benefits. You will want to have your driver license, social security card, and any pay stubs or W-2s handy. If you have any documentation related to your layoff, have that nearby as well. You will also need to verify your income. This is a bit trickier for people who don't receive a W-2. Here is what your state may allow as proof of earnings from self-employment or gig work. 2019 federal tax return, including the following when applicable: Schedule C, profit or loss from business; Schedule F, profit or loss from farming; Schedule K1, partners share of income; Form 1099 for 2019, final pay stub in 2019, invoice or billing or other documentation to provide proof of self-employment. Workers who don't fall into the self-employed bucket will still certify their income via pay stubs and a W-2. Step number 2, go to careeronestop.org and find your specific state information. The website careeronestop.org is sponsored by the U.S. Department of Labor, and it is a great resource for dealing with unemployment. You can go here and find unemployment benefits specific to your state. Step 3, select a state. Underneath, find employment benefits and location. See the drop-down menu for select a state and choose your state, and then press search or just click on your state on the map. When you do that, you will be directed to your state-specific unemployment insurance program where you can file for unemployment. Step 4, choose how you want to file a claim. There are 3 different ways you can file an unemployment claim. 1 is in person, 2 is online, and 3 by phone. Choose how you want to file a claim, if filing online or by phone, which I'm pretty sure that's the options everybody's gonna select since we are on social distancing. You can find specific instructions. Step 5, register online. If you are applying online, which is the easiest way to apply for unemployment insurance benefits, you will likely need to register online and create an account. Each state has its own set of procedures. For example, residents in Missouri will need to register for UI Benefits Program online account in order to file a claim. Your state may have something similar with a different name. Creating an account will require your personal information, including full name, email address, and password, and you will need to accept the terms and conditions. Step 6, file a claim. After registering for an online account, you will want to click File New Claim. You should see instructions on filing a claim. You will be asked for your personal information, employment history for the last 18 months, wages, and the last day of work to determine your eligibility. You may be asked questions such as, have you worked in another state or applied for unemployment insurance benefits recently? You will also likely need to provide your driver's license information and confirm your citizenship status. Answer all the questions and fill out each section. Step 7, submit a claim. Once you have filled out the entire application, you can submit your unemployment insurance claim to determine your eligibility. You should receive a confirmation and will be mailed information on your claim. Step number 8, get approved. Once you have been approved, it can take 2 to 3 weeks to get your first unemployment check. You may be able to get the funds through direct deposit. You may receive unemployment assistance for up to 39 weeks per the new coronavirus-related guidelines. How much you get for unemployment assistance can vary based on your income and employment situation. You will have to report your unemployment wages on your tax return. Currently, many states are dealing with an onslaught of unemployment applications, so wait times may be increased and payments might be delayed. Step 9, report every week. In most cases, you need to file a weekly claim certifying that you are still out of work. You will need to be paid benefits for the week if you don't file your claim. So don't skip this step, even if your claim is still being processed. Once your claim is approved, it will take roughly 3 weeks to receive your first payment. Unemployment benefits are retroactive, so your pay will be backdated. Just remember, if you are called for your employer to go back to work and you decide not to, your benefits will be suspended. Some people are asking me why it's taking so long. Well, let me tell you that the CARES Act came together quickly, moving from idea to law in less than a week, leaving little time for states to adopt. State officials also needed guidance from the U.S. Department of Labor on how to implement various pieces of the emergency package. So if you have any questions, or if you need any more assistance, you can contact the Department of Labor, or you can contact Tu Mundos Tax Service, and we'll be more than happy to assist you. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to share this information with your friends and subscribe to my channel. God bless you and have a wonderful day.